everyone, in today's video we're going to be looking at how to get a distinction in your ABRSM Performance Grade exam. Now last year, because of COVID, the ABRSM couldn't hold exams in person, and so they created a different type of exam where you could send in a recording of yourself playing, but this time you don't have to do scales, arpeggios, sight reading or oral tests, which some of you might be very, very pleased about. So instead of doing those, this time you send in 4 pieces. So instead of the usual 3 pieces, you also get a piece of your choice. So you still have to do 3 pieces from the official ABRSM syllabus for your instrument, but you also get to choose a piece of your own choice, which I think is a really good idea because it really encourages you to play a piece that you really enjoy playing, and it's a really good opportunity to showcase what you can do on your instrument. So before we talk about how to get a distinction, let's look at how the exam works. So you record your exam in one continuous video, so you can't record the pieces separately and then edit them together. You're not allowed to edit the video at all. You have to set your camera or your phone or your laptop in one position, so it has to be static. You can't have someone holding it and moving it around. You set it up, and then as soon as you press the start button to record, you have to keep going all the way until the end of the exam. You are not allowed to edit it at all. Once you're all set up, you have to announce your name, the instrument you're playing, your grade, and what pieces you are going to play. Now, for an instrument like the recorder, it's really important when it says to ask for your instrument that you say descant recorder or treble recorder. Most people, if they're younger doing the exam, will be doing the descant recorder. So check with your teacher beforehand if you're not sure which recorder you're doing the exam on. After you have read out your name, the instrument you're playing, the grade you're taking, and what pieces you are doing, you then have to hold one of these forms up to the screen for about 5 to 8 seconds before you play. This form can be printed off on the ABRSM website, and you have to write the name of your pieces on, the number that it is in the syllabus, the composer, and if you're doing an own choice piece, you have to write on who composed that piece too. Now, you can always ask your teacher to fill out this form for you if you're not sure. So you hold it up to the camera like this, just so the examiner can check that all the details are correct. Before you go to perform each piece in the exam, make sure you announce what piece you're playing next. I have made a video which shows me taking my grade 1 recorder exam, so if you need some guidance as to how to run it, do have a look at my video. Now let's come to how we get marks in the exam. So just like a normal ABRSM music exam, you are given 30 marks for each piece. So you have a chance to get 120 marks from the pieces, and you get the marks in the usual way that you would with a normal ABRSM music exam. Whether you play the right notes, how in time you are, how in tune you are, how musically you play. But there's another element in this exam which is really important. In the performance exams, you can be awarded up to 30 marks for your performance as a whole. So this exam is really testing how you perform your pieces. So what are they looking for to get you into the higher marks? Well, they're looking at how you communicate. Are you confident standing up playing? Do you look like you're enjoying playing your instrument and enjoying the pieces? The music you choose to play and the order you play in matters a lot in the performance exams. So really think about, are your pieces different? Don't just play 4 slow pieces or 4 pieces by the same composer or 4 fast pieces. Try and play 4 very different pieces, as this will show the examiner that you can play in more than one style. For example, you could start and finish your exam with some quite lively pieces of music to show off how fast your fingers can play. Maybe your second piece could be a slower piece, and your third piece could be the piece of your choice. You will also be marked for how you space your pieces out in the exam, so don't just scramble and rush from one piece to another. Take your time. When you finish playing, make sure to hold your instrument in position just for a couple of seconds before slowly turning the music onto the next piece, so there's no rush. Essentially, this whole exam needs to feel like a concert. The examiner needs to feel that when they're watching you play, he or she is watching a concert, and so you'll be marked for your presentation. Have you dressed as if you're playing in a concert, or are you doing an exam in your pyjamas? It might be best to play in your school uniform just to be safe. but make sure it feels like you're at a concert. If you go and watch a concert, the performers don't rush from one piece to the next. They take their time, and at the end of your whole exam, you can smile and bow. To get higher marks with your pieces, you have to make sure that you're playing them confidently, that you're looking like you enjoy the music. Maybe you could move around a little bit as you play, just to show you're really trying to feel the beat and the rhythm. You'll be marked on really obvious things like, can you play the piece? Did you play any wrong notes or rhythms? Really make sure that you're practicing the pieces every day leading up towards your exam, so your fingers are really sure about what notes to play. Make sure that you're playing your pieces as the composer wanted you to. So if on the music it says it's slow and it's quiet, make sure that you play it slowly and quietly. If the piece is meant to be fast, make sure that you've practiced it so your fingers can go fast enough. The most important thing in the exam is to make sure you're playing pieces that you enjoy playing, and that you'll be able to convey to the examiner that sense of joy that you get from playing your instrument. Think about how great it is that you don't have to have learned all those scales from memory, or have to do oral tests or sight reading. Try and treat this exam more as a concert. So imagine you've got your friends and family there watching you, wanting you to play really well, and that will help to take away your nerves and enable you to play much more freely on your instrument. So good luck for your exam, and if you have any questions, you can pop them in the comment box below.